Everybody, this is Darryl at Chicago Music Exchange, and today we're going to be tone cloning Police's Walking on the Moon. It's a pretty lush, flanged out tone. Definitely sounds like the late 70s, early 80s. How I went about cloning this tone was I got a good clean single coil guitar like this Nash. This Carr just set on a real clean setting, and we've got an Electro-Harmonix Deluxe Electric Mistress, a Strymon DIG, and for the compressor we're using the Xotic SP Compressor. All right, so to give you an idea of the clean sound that I started with to build everything on top of, we got this Nash in the bridge position, which is what Andy usually played in on some of the earlier stuff. So this is what the sound is like. So there's not really a whole lot of break up or anything. Any clean amp would be a good starting point to kind of build this sound on top of. I've got all the controls pretty much neutral. They're about 12 o'clock. A little bit of reverb, but we're gonna get most of the time-based delay sound from the delay itself. So the first pedal in the chain, which is probably the most important pedal for this particular sound, is this Electro-Harmonix Deluxe Electric Mistress. Now this is a flanger. It's basically a reproduction of the exact pedal that Andy Summers used back in the late 70s. I've got it set kind of a little bit differently than what Andy had his set. I think it's just because it's a newer pedal, so the controls function a little differently than the old 70s ones. But this is what it sounds like with just the guitar and the flange. So the next pedal in line is going to be the Strymon DIG. We needed a very clean delay. Andy Summers used an old Echoplex set to kind of a short repeat and short delay time setting. So we kind of matched that sound with this Strymon DIG. And this is what it sounds like with just the flange and just the delay. So we got it on a really short slapback, not a lot of space filling up. The last pedal in the chain is this SP Compressor from Xotic. Now, the reason why the compressor is important, not only did Andy Summers use this, but he used it kind of after most of the effects to flesh out any of the space. That way he didn't need to set the delay time super long or a lot of repeats and clutter up the sound. With the compressor last, it allows you to be able to control the mix and the delay with how hard you play. So to give you an example, I will play real softly to let the delay come in, and then I'll play continuously and it'll almost sound like there's no delay at all. So with the compressor on, if I play really hard and let the notes linger, I can kind of control the mix of the delay as I'm going, which is really important for the early Police sound, just because they were a three-piece, so you really need to be able to control your tone from chorus to verse. So this is what we're working with now, with everything put together in the song. So we didn't really have to use any vintage, esoteric, or hard-to-find pedals to nail this sound. All three of these are pretty easy to come by. And even if you couldn't find these exact pedals, any good flanger, a clean delay, and a good compressor should help you nail the tone.